Hey guys, welcome to Crazy Days. I'm Wanda and we're in the kitchen. Lots of you wanted to know, with My Patriot Supply, is the food any good? Well, if you're hungry and that's all you got, it's got to be good. But we're going to test it and see. Today is our first day of a really cool day for us. We don't usually get cool weather for another month or so, but My Patriot Supply, this is what I'm trying today. The Homestyle Potato Soup. It is made with hearty potatoes and onions in a creamy chicken flavored broth. Guys, all you got to do is have 4.5 cups of water to a boil. Whisk in the contents of this pouch and heat it at a medium heat, stirring occasionally for 15 to 20 minutes. So we've got 4.5 cups of water, almost to a boil. It's not there yet. For those of you that can't count, that's 1 quart of water and a half a cup more. 1 quart. It doesn't take anything else, just this. This is supposed to have everything you need here to make it. If you leave it in this pouch it's in, 25 years shelf life. Isn't that awesome? So it's made in the USA. That's another awesome. And for people that asked about ingredients, okay, there's a list. I'm not reading it, but you see there's a list. It also contains soy milk and wheat. So if you're allergic to those things, you do not want this. All right. It does have a list of ingredients, okay? But what we're doing, we're surviving, right, guys? In a survival situation. This is not something I would be eating every day. I'm trying it now to see what it tastes like because people want to know. But we're fixing to dump it in here and start stirring. It smells good, I can tell you that. And just dump the whole pack. All right, you can see the potatoes and all that, and you just kind of whisk it in. I'm doing it with a fork, and we're going to turn this down. Okay, so we kind of got it turned down. Stirring it, trying to take any lumps out. And I guess I'm going to turn it on down a little more to a medium to low heat and just stir it. And already it's looking like potatoes and onions. I'm telling y'all, this smells really good. If it tastes half as good as it smells, and you're in a survival situation, you got a quart of water. Don't worry about the extra half. It might be a little thick, but if you got a quart of water, you're going to have soup. And this is the Homestyle Potato Soup. I'll check it every couple of minutes, stir it, and I've got it turned down on about a medium to low heat, and we're going to see what it does. So as I sit here and stir this, and it's looking really thick like potato soup should, I wanted to talk to you a little about this. Now, Danny and I are affiliates for My Patriot Supply. It is preparewithdeepsouth.com. And I never thought that we would ever be doing freeze-dried foods like this. Just saying. But this past year has taught me something. It is not necessarily that Danny and I won't eat freeze-dried foods. We will. If we have to, we will. And I want to have a little on hand, so I have bought a few things from My Patriot Supply. We are an affiliate, but I bought this just to test, and I bought coffee. Now, I like their coffee as a backup. Now, I drink regular coffee every day, but I have a backup of freeze-dried coffee because its shelf life is unreal, 20, 30 years. So whatever, I can keep it stuck up for a while. Now, with these, you want to rotate out. I wouldn't leave these on my shelf for 30 years and never check them, but you can. But I would rotate out, I'd say every 5 years or so, I would be eating what's in there and changing out. So don't keep a 30-year supply stuck on a shelf for 30 years and never use it. It's kind of useless. But Danny and I are doing this for you guys because I'm testing these things. Even though I'm not used to eating freeze-dried foods, I'm going to test this. Now, I could make my own potato soup, but you need to know, is this any good? Can you eat it? Will you eat it? Now, some of you may not like potato soup. Well, I get it. But if you're hungry and you're in a situation where you need something, you'll eat soup. And this is going to be done here in just a minute. And we're going to test it. Freeze-dried foods from My Patriot Supply. It's something that really I didn't think I'd be doing, but the way things are going in the United States, and you can't get the foods you need, or they're limited, or whatever. If you've got a supply somewhere and you can get some foods in a grocery store, some foods from farmers markets, or you can grow some of your foods, then you're a step ahead of some people. So having a backup is another plan. That's always, you need plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, whatever. We're growing a garden. If things go crazy and we can't grow much, what if both of us get sick? We can't. If we'd have both had COVID this year and gotten really sick, half our garden would have been gone. And of course, we've got our canned goods. We've got our stuff in the freezer. We've got dehydrated stuff. But I also have freeze-dried stuff too, just as a backup, guys. Sometimes you need plan B, C, D, whatever. Just keep in mind, freeze-dried foods from My Patriot Supply. Okay, this has been sitting for a few minutes, and you look how thick and how nice. It looks like Homestyle Potato Soup. All right, guys, let's see. It's thick. It's got chunks of potatoes in it, like regular home-style soup if you chunk your potatoes up in little pieces like that. It's done. It has these onions and stuff in it. You can see the green onions. It has a wonderful taste. This would be good to have on hand anytime, I guess, if you wanted potato soup and you didn't want to make it. But to keep it on the shelf, it says for 25 years, up to 25 years in this pack. This has only been on my shelf for a couple of months, but I can eat this, guys. So My Patriot Supply, Homestyle Potato Soup. This is really good. You wouldn't be sad to have this on your shelf. You'd like this. So on this cool day, this is my supper. Thank you guys from Crazy Days.